the depth of his innocence, the little innocence he had, I should say, but you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like, what else are sheep like kind of symbolic of? You know, the innocence and like that. So I see that.
They don't really need tokens, they just become sheep.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and also like, I mean, for like Jewish people, I think they had to sacrifice like sheep, right? Jews, yeah, they had to sacrifice. Yeah, to atone for their sins. So at the same, so there's that.
Well, even in Christianity, like you're the Lamb of God, right? Like that, Jesus takes the place of the sacrifice, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the idea. Which I know we may have touched on before too, but like there's an idea of his name is Christmas, right? Right. So there, many people have read into it as like he's a Christ figure.
But why didn't you just burn him like kill that dude?
Let's go to that page again. I will point out on 189 before we move on. You know, after this whole incident, he's running back home. Look at near the bottom of 189. What happens?
He vomited.
Yeah, like this is what.
It's like a toothpaste thing.
Yeah, the third or fourth time we've had him vomiting. Right? Again, it's associated with, or if he doesn't vomit, it's at least a feeling of that he's going to vomit. Right? It's been good. It's the whole toothpaste incident over again. All right, what was the place for this that you wanted to look at?
What? It was, it's not in the sections that we read.
Okay.
The question that Grace wanted us to answer.
Oh, let's hold off on that then. If it's not in this section, let's hold off on that. If that's okay.
Yeah, I want to answer your question about he had not looked at Job.
Okay.
Once again, after he entered the room. I think that's one of Grace's questions. I'm right.
Does she have a page number for it?
Yeah.
Page 195.
Yeah,
195.
It's repeated lot had not looked at Job. Woman had never looked at him without looking at him. Why don't they look at her? So it's like Lena, and they don't look at her when she was pregnant. She wasn't looked at because why? Because she was pregnant and didn't have a husband, so she's kind of sleeps around with that.
Why does Christmas hate this burden? I mean, so much.
His foster parent,
Mhm.
Karen or whatever.
Like he does is all he does is just try to like ruin his relationships with everyone. Like he trying to ruin his relationship with Miss
Because
Burton.
like
He raped her and then after that he threw the food all over the place. And then she still left him food.
I think he takes compassion or any sign of it as like a burden and a weakness like his dad. It's like it troubles him when people are actually showing him affection.
Yeah.
Maybe because he doesn't know what it is, but every time he gets it, he responds to it poorly, and I think he looks at it like a burden.
Like why are you leaving me food after I didn't have done this to you? He was expecting her to kick him out of the house.
No, cause I didn't really mind. It was like, I think it was in the last section. It's like, why did she pray over me or something like that?
Yeah, we mentioned that Tata left it because we were a little confused about who's the one praying over. It wouldn't have been so bad if she did pray over you or something like that.
I can't help but think I was referring to Miss Burden.
I think so too. I think so too. So did we answer the question of like not looking? Why won't they look him in the face?
Is it because at that point in time they know he's half black? Or isn't that at that point in time? When the siblings happen?
I don't know, it's always back and forth, whether it's black or white or.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cause
Where he
doesn't
just-
he tell the girl
Yeah.
that he is?
Yeah,
He's like, I'm black. Say what?
he was
He's
like
like-
sleeping with her in the bed and he's like, I'm half black. Like,
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then
like
later,
that's when you start telling her, like when you're in the bed with her.
and then like
That seems like a
with Miss Burden too, right? They go back and forth. And she's like, "How do you know?" And then he's, I don't know, is where he comes to. And it's like, you know, like no one really knows.
He doesn't really know, it's just what people have told him and he just believed it himself. So we really can't say that because he said that he's black that we can assume that he's black.
Because he didn't know his parents.
Yeah.
Which, you know, back to that, one of the original questions is like, how do we come to define race, or where does race come from? If you can't look at him and you can't tell, if you can look at him and you can't tell, then what really is race? Does that make sense? Like, 'cause there's this concept of like, well, he's black, but we can't tell he's black. He tells us he's black. And what does it really matter? I mean, not that race matters to begin with, right? It's the whole thing that we came to, I think the first time we talked about it is like, why are we so worried about his race? The person. Does it change who he is if we see him one way or the other?
Yeah, he acts differently now. He's like, oh, if I'm that, then I'm gonna act this way. You know? I don't know what part he starts like talking about how he. Starts talking about black people. How he does feelings and everything. And just who he is.
Why did it take him so long for like our parents to start introducing like Christmas?
That's a good question.
Yeah, 'cause like Christmas is like pretty much the main, character in this novel.
Like in the beginning, like we would think that it would be Lena, because like it's gonna be like a story of like who got her pregnant and her journey to find that person.
But we haven't seen Lena in like,
Yeah.
100 or some pages. So
Likewise, Hightower.
Yeah, Hightower with the Byron guy.
That's a good point.
I think he was
What happened
reintroduced him
to
though.
Birch or whatever that guy's name is? Right? Birch?
Byron?
The one she's Lucas.
Lucas Birch.
Why is he significant
Or
though?
Brown.
Well, and the question is like, he may not, Lucas,
Oh wait, it's Brown.
Lucas Birch, right? The guy that's supposed to got her pregnant. He doesn't exist, right? I think we've come to that conclusion.
Yeah.
A guy by that name does not exist. The last time we talked, we came to a little bit of a conclusion that maybe who?
Brown.
Yeah. But who knows?
But yet it still focuses on Christmas more than Brown.
Yeah, like that's just kind of in the background, right? We'll go to that.
Maybe the book's just trying to hit on a whole bunch of gray areas. Like I feel like every character is just right in the middle. There's no like perfectly evil people and perfectly good people, and one's in the gray. And it's just hobby.
Ooh. What about whenever he steals the money from Miss E, and he's like, I remember that you didn't give it to me. I took it.
Oh yeah.
What does that mean?
It's like, doesn't he also say that like she would have?
Like, I didn't want to ask for it because you would have gave it to me. Remember
and
that I
then,
took
like,
it from you.
then she would also be a part of
He
his
just want to take a helping hand.
Was it maybe because she didn't want like her affection?
I think it's real. Do you have the page number, or we can?
I forgot my bag.
Sure, go with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're about. Go ahead, Mark.
Yep.
Because that was when he went back to the house, right?
Right after he beat his dad with the chair.
Yeah, I think that wasn't that one of Grace's questions. Could you really kill a person with a chair?
Yeah.
Which there again, we're into the gray area. Did he kill him or not kill him?
So I did scientific tests on that, and I came to. Yeah, we need to ask the MythBusters about that one. Can you kill a person with a chair?
But it's not even sure that he's dead, right? It's like he hit him, or he could be knocked out.
Yeah.
They're asking him. So.
Did you kill him? Right? Like the
Wait,
question.
I don't know.
I don't know. We gonna test it out?
Okay, Jacob, are you willing to like?
Well,
bring
Do you want to be
according to
the
Lexi,
tester
you're
or subject?
unpredictable, so
Yeah,
we'll see how this
I
goes.
mean, it depends on the chair though.
Yeah. I assume it was like a wooden chair.
Right. I mean, so we have a wooden chair right there.
Yeah, and
I mean, I could do the one with striking.
Or it could be one of those fold up, like metal chairs. It would depend.
Do they have
But in
those
WWE,
nowadays?
they have the-
Yeah.
That's
It's not quite the
true.
same.
Let me
Not quite
jump
the
That's
WWE
an excellent point.
wrestling.
In WWE, no one ever dies getting chair.
Oh, there,
repairs.
209.
It's
I didn't ask
acting.
for it. He
And
said,
that's like
remember that.
a lot of work.
I didn't ask because I was afraid he would give it to me. I just took it.
What page?
Middle of 209. I didn't ask him.
don't forget that. Don't forget that.
That's
Keeps
part
on
of
saying
it.
it. So I think that's kind of like none of this is your fault, kind of, especially with that "don't forget that" phrase, right? Because if she had given it to him, then everything that's happened up to this point, her husband maybe being dead or knocked out, or
Well, I mean, even if he's not dead, the last time she did something nice for Christmas, the dad flipped out.
Oh, maybe just protecting her.
Like a baby born.
But doesn't she?
Mom.
So why does he reject her like all the time in the email?
I think because he's just not used to affection being shown towards him, like even in the orphanage, like no affection was shown towards him at any time. He was always kind of, he's like a kicked puppy, a little bit, Yeah, makes it extra sad because it's a puppy.
He had a tendency to care. Chris is a human being. But
He's just a human being.
so he's been trolled since that was good.
Well, so then if you've been abused or something, what's always your reaction or expectation?
Violence.
Yeah, I think that goes back to the quote in chapter 6 a little bit.
Because every time he's about to do something bad, he just thinks back to the past. He's like, what did I do then? See, that's what I'm gonna do now. Like, there's nothing good that he didn't, or he didn't, there was no example set for him, or he didn't, or they all say that it's for him to be good.
I mean, like, it sounds like weird, but aside from the violence and the method of teaching, I kind of like agree with the way that Mr. E is trying to raise. He's extreme though, but he wants to teach him like how to be a man, like respect, values, and like when he gave him that cow, it's like responsibility. It's just kind of like he's extreme about it. Okay, I'm gonna whip you because you didn't do what I asked. And then he tells him you can't go to what was the place called where he got his pie? We gotta talk about the pie too.
We can talk about the pie. Yeah, let's set the pie for a second and come back to that. But before we do that, I think what Julio's on is a good point. And I think it's just with his foster parent, but also with other people, right? Miss Adkins, right, the dietitian. Their heart